Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
A panel of outside advisors to the FDA are still talking about Moderna's coronavirus vaccine and if the agency should give it emergency use authorization. The meeting started with a discussion over the vaccine from Pfizer and BioNTech, which is authorized by the FDA last week. Yesterday, there were reports of 2 healthcare workers in Alaska who had reactions after being vaccinated. FDA officials say they're still investigating. And we'll have more on that Moderna vaccine tonight on Valley News Live at 5. And here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. Authorities say they found a snowmobiler's body in Lake Irvin near Devil's Lake. Ramsey County Sheriff Steve Nelson says the man broke through the ice Tuesday night. Deputies were looking for the man until they found his body and snowmobile in the lake. Officials believe the death happened on accident, and they're not releasing his name at this time. And President Trump is promising to veto the defense bill, a measure that authorizes a top line of $740 billion in spending and outlines Pentagon policy. Congress must now vote again to override the veto. And jobless claims jump as states reimpose COVID-19 restrictions. The number of first-time claims for unemployment benefits totaled 885,000 for the week ending December 12th. This is the highest number since September. In all, some 20 million Americans were getting some kind of benefits through November 28th. And with rising unemployment numbers, Congress is inching closer to agreeing on a coronavirus relief bill. It's been 5 months since Congress passed its last COVID spending package. We'll have more on what the bill will cover coming up. That wraps up today's Top 4 at 4. Now let's get a first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hey, Hutch.
Hey, Callie, we're enjoying some sunshine here late in our day in the FM area, but some of us had some lingering clouds, low clouds and fog across the area, and we can see that fairly well here in a moment. But first, look at temperatures near 40 down near the South Dakota border. Jamestown, 35 degrees or so, and temperatures near 30 elsewhere. Here's a look at the visible satellite imagery and the white or gray colors you see there, the low clouds, and look at how slowly it eroded out of the Southern Valley. It's still kind of lingering from points north of Fargo and into northwest Minnesota as we head into the evening. Some snowflake development and mixed precipitation out to the west heading our way. But it doesn't get here this evening, so get out and enjoy quiet weather. Temperatures in the mid-20s, so steady. It will remain breezy out there, so remember the hat or extra pump of hairspray. Likewise, breezy and mid-20s in Grand Forks under low clouds, as you can see there on the picture. I'll have details coming up here in just a couple of moments, Callie, on exactly where and when those snowflakes will be making their way through your neck of the woods. Your hour-by-hour forecast details are ahead shortly.
All right, thanks, Hutch. And the Fargo Police Department is warning the community about a high-risk sex offender in town. 50-year-old Stephen Gibson is now living at 123 15th Street North. That's just a few blocks from Unicorn Park. Gibson is convicted of child neglect and solicitation of gross sexual imposition. Police say Gibson convinced a woman to sexually assault a 1-year-old baby. High-risk sex offenders are considered the most likely to reoffend. And North Dakota's taxpayers are on the hook for thousands of dollars after Governor Doug Burgum's failed attempt at filling an empty legislative seat. Last month, the state Supreme Court unanimously declared that Burgum does not have the authority to appoint someone to that state House seat. According to billing records, the governor's office is claiming more than $12,000 in costs. And pharmacists taking the deliveries of the Pfizer vaccine are getting a pleasant surprise. It turns out they're up 2 extra doses per vial, which the FDA says are safe to use. In Cleveland is reporting one of the city's hardest hit hospitals.
When Lieutenant Delmar Henderson escorted the Pfizer vaccine at Cleveland's Metro Health Hospital Wednesday, he knew he was part of something big.
It's a good day. This is history.
But even the pharmacist thawing and mixing the vaccine had no idea just how big a moment it would be.
I'm having trouble going even more than a few minutes today without crying.
Dr. Brooke Watts is the Chief Quality Officer here and was among the first to realize there were more than the expected 5 doses of vaccine per vial.
The manufacturer, as we understand it, was trying to be particularly cautious. They wanted to make sure that each dose was full and there was room for error. But what we've learned from our colleagues around the state and country is that if you follow the manufacturer's directions very specifically, you actually have 6 full doses in each vial.
That means hundreds of additional doctors, nurses, and support staff, like janitors and security, can be protected against the virus.
It's a miracle.
Responding to CBS News, the FDA issued this statement, writing, quote, "It is acceptable to use every full dose obtainable, the 6th or possibly even a 7th from each vial." Meanwhile, Pfizer responded saying, "At this time, we cannot provide a recommendation on the use of the remaining amount of vaccine." And behind me, you'll see the hospital spending another 12 hours Thursday vaccinating staff. Up right now, first responders. And all of this is happening while the hospital's COVID wing has 3 times as many patients as it did during the worst outbreak in the spring. And those of you who celebrate will know last night was the 7th night of Hanukkah, a time when 1 night's worth of oil lasted 8. And that's why for Dr. Watts, this dosage discovery is this hospital's Hanukkah miracle. Errol Barnett, CBS News, Cleveland.
And one man shows what it means to be snowed in. Wintry weather wallops parts of the Northeast. This is a view from outside Sean Pastrick's garage in New York, where more than 40 inches of snow fell. Sounds crazy, right? Get a look at what's waiting for Pastrick on the other side of his garage door. A wall of snow, and it's technically not even winter yet. And earlier this year, we told you about the West Fargo Police Department raising money for breast cancer research. And now the department, in partnership with Sandy's Donuts, will give a $1,000 check to Sanford Health's Edith Sanford Breast Initiative. They raised the money by selling the department's pink patches throughout October. Since the launch of that project, the department and Sandy's Donuts have raised nearly $8,000. And the Minnesota Department of Transportation needs your help naming a fleet of snowplows. The agency says they're looking for the most creative, witty, and fun names for the 8 new plows. Submissions will be open until January 22nd. Then the DOT will share the best name ideas and ask you for your vote favorites. If you want to drop a name suggestion, you can find the link on our website at valleynewslive.com and just click on the story. And thanks to those of you who have joined us in helping the Great Plains Food Bank. So far, a virtual food drive has raised more than $15,000, but that's only 40% of our goal. If you're willing to help, there are a number of items you can purchase and donate right from your phone. Download your free VNL News app, look for the virtual food drive, and click to donate. And coming up on Valley News Live at 4, a powerful nor'easter swept through the Northeast overnight, leaving millions without power and buried under a feet of snow.
A foot, yeah.
A foot?
That's a lot of snow, depending on the size shoe you wear. And taking a look at this morning across the FM area, we have some gray and soupy skies here in the FM, and temperatures today warm to the south and to the west. Some flakes in the forecast. Details next.